How y'all doing? Hey, great week. Sun's out. Looks like we're gonna have a super week this week.
It's gonna rain
out there. You're just saying what the weatherman has said. The weatherman has no friggin' clue what he's saying. He sits in his office, he throws a dart at a board, and he turns around and says, "Oh look, dart landed, it's raining." You gotta get out of that Debbie Downer thought.
Well, the fact that you classify a Debbie Downer as anyone who doesn't agree with what you say, that's a little bit. I mean,
well, it's kind of true though, right?
No, it reminds me of someone else actually.
You know what I think is kind of cool?
The fact that Turbo's running away right now.
And I've gotten a lot of responses on this.
Yeah.
Is you sent these cards out.
I did.
Toolbox Talk cards.
Yeah, that was with the help of
for people
with one of our members actually.
People to know how to do a Toolbox Talk or to do a Toolbox Talk. What's going on with them?
Yeah.
How to do them. I don't know. We've got a lot of comments. People are very interested in getting their toolbox talks and getting them straightened out and ready to go.
Pretty sure they all got one deck for free, right?
That's correct.
All
and
members?
If they want more, or anybody didn't get them and they'd like some,
let us
they
know.
can email us and we can let them get them some.
Yeah, we've got a lot.
But the important thing is a toolbox talk. And doing a toolbox talk. You know what the worst day of the week is to do a toolbox talk?
I like Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the worst day of the week to do a toolbox talk is Monday.
Really?
Nobody wants to hear you talk about safety on Monday morning. I just came over off a rough weekend. I have no idea where I was or what I did all weekend long.
How about Tuesday, Thursday?
And you're going to talk to me about safety on Monday morning?
What about Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah, we all do that. We try to do it on Monday morning. I would be more apt to say Tuesday or Thursday. Thursday is probably late in the week. But
that's why you do it on Tuesday and do another one on Thursday. So you re-up on what you
don't want to overdo this thing. I mean, it's only safety.
That's a good point, right?
Right?
Yeah, I mean, we just check the box on the Tuesday and we don't worry about it until next Tuesday.
Well, I don't think you check the box. You have somebody or you walk around the job site and look at what is a potential hazard that exists.
Well, that's an audit.
No, I think you look at what hazards are, because if you could look at what hazards are, then you would know what to do for a toolbox.
So you're saying you should start with the audit, identify where we have some problems.
I didn't say anything about an audit. I said walk around and look at where your hazards exist.
That is an audit.
And go from there.
That is an audit.
Yeah. Okay.
Checking where your job site is not the best, and discovering that is doing an audit of your job site.
So we look around, and I'm sitting here, and I look in the shop, and there's
a diesel
can
that's
sitting
half
there
open,
next
about
to
to
the
fall down.
ashtray that's in the middle of the pathway of everybody walking through. That's not an audit. That's saying maybe we should talk about proper storage.
It's a hazard analysis.
Flammable materials.
A hazard analysis.
And we know that. And then you know what you do?
What?
You go home and you think about that and try to put it into a personal story that you can share, relating a topic to a real life situation.
I would say before anything else, in order to have, and it goes along with what you're saying, with we don't need to do it all the time. If you don't have buy-in from your group, it's going to be very difficult to do a toolbox talk.
Yeah, but I think that comes with practice, that comes with expectations. That's why we lose this game by doing them Monday morning. Monday morning, you aren't going to get buy-in. Tuesday, you probably get buy-in.
Right.
Thursday, you might get buy-in.
Yeah.
But Monday morning, you aren't going to get it.
No.
So, again, and it's got to be relevant. For you to be talking about fall protection as a toolbox talk, and we're just a road builder.
I mean, that doesn't make much sense.
No.
Unless we started doing a bridge job.
Then you might want to know
that
fall
might be
protection.
a good topic. Hey, y'all, we've got a new job coming up, and this involves something we don't normally do.
Correct. You know, so again, so that we don't go that full half hour like we did last week, although last week was very important.
That was a half hour.
That ice and making sure you have your I-9 audits or your payroll forms on site so that the ICE agents can confirm that. Let's get right into this.
Sure.
Because I think it is identifying the hazards, that diesel fuel tank over there, and try to make some relevant story so there is a connection and so that the people you're talking to can engage with you.
Right.
Right? Good idea to record time, date, have a sign-in sheet.
Sign sheet's huge so we can prove it actually happened.
Okay. And then because it's that diesel can, make it relevant to the job you're doing. That's what you were saying.
Right, like if we're doing fuel safety, the example would be, you know, how are we storing our jugs of fuel and whatnot, and where are we putting them? How are we storing them? Where are we storing them? And all that stuff. Then you can say, this morning, you know, I found one laying in the doorway of the shipping container.
Hey, remind me about storage. I got to come back to storage. But use examples out there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that goes along when you learn to be a presenter. Like, you're trying to engage the audience, you're trying to make it important to them, because if they don't think it's important or they don't think it really matters to them, you've lost them.
And then ask questions. Because
that is engaging
you want
the
their
audience.
input, right? Ask questions, get people talking, encourage employees to share their own thoughts or what they think we can do better. Nothing works better and nothing gets more buy-in at a Toolbox Talk than coming back the next week and seeing that we've moved that diesel can or we've supplied a better way to store stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Involve them. Ask crew for their input or ideas how to improve safety or efficiency out there. And make it practical. Because it's got to be practical. It's got to be something the team can walk away with, an actionable item. That's important.
So maybe you reiterate what you're learning in the beginning, or you say what you're learning in the beginning, and then towards the end you reiterate it again, the main takeaways.
Repeat key points, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably more educated in this being younger and going to college and all, but
we don't need to
reinforce
bring
the
that
most
up.
important message
You went to college.
to ensure it sticks.
Now you're making fun of me.
Stay relaxed
Yeah.
and approachable.
That's something that you should probably work on.
Okay. Encourage questions,
And that.
and tone matters.
Really?
Right,
That's a
yeah.
card you should phrase.
Tone matters,
That's a card you
man.
should phrase and put in your office.
Keep your tone positive and constructive.
Yeah.
I always keep my tone positive and constructive.
Right. Listen to the Jake break on that
Even when I disagree with you, even when I'm trying to disagree with your concerns,
thing. Sounded pretty good.
I always stay positive
Whoop 'em.
and constructive.
Yeah.
Okay? And you thank them at the end. Appreciate their time,
Thanks
their
for
concern.
your time. We appreciate you taking this seriously.
And
And
then
I hope to see the diesel put away.
before we're done this
Yeah.
meeting. Okay. I think that's important. We were talking about storage and storage of product.
I know where you're going.
Do you?
Yep.
Go ahead.
We now have, I did a top secret.
He did an ice cream run. He ran up to Island Ice Cream today.
300.
Secured, how many?
300 half pints.
300 half pints. We're getting ready to start. How many have you been through so far today?
We've been through 3. You had one, I had
You
one.
had 3?
No.
I had 1.
No, you had one, I had one, and Tim had one.
But we've got Island Ice Cream on site.
Yep.
We are getting ready to head out, do these scoops for safety.
My girlfriend was wondering if we had a siren on the truck.
No.
An ice cream siren.
The bell?
Or like
Dingy ding? The ring ding?
It plays the song as
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
We have, scoops for safety coming down the pipe.
Be on the lookout
next
for an
week.
email from me
On Monday.
One of these Mondays, yeah.
On Monday. We're going to start our first journey out on Monday. So if you want to see us, you might want to send us an email early.
No.
Send Ben an email
No.
right now.
The structure is I will email on a Monday, and I'll say what county we're going to. We're going to hit every county in Vermont. And then after I say what county, hopefully we will all respond by the end of the day Monday. I find out where some of you are, and then Tuesday I make my road map, and then Wednesday I come out and see you. And
this is going to take half a week for you just to drop ice cream off at a couple locations.
This was your idea.
Half a week for you to decide where you're going and what you're doing. But scoop for safety, it's going to be hot.
We
Biggest
tried
thing going.
The flavors are pretty good.
Yeah.
My favorite right now is maple. I've yet to try the others, but I like ice cream.
I don't think so.
What?
I'm seeing a lot of empty containers over there by the thing.
That's why I'm wearing a 2XL right now.
It's like it's a little garbage den over there with all the cups piling up, and you're trying to blame it on the dogs or Deb.
No, there's been 3 half pints taken.
Than 3. But wrapping this thing around, Ben is going to be doing a toolbox talk with your scoops for safety.
We'll likely look at the job site, see what we're doing, and maybe we won't, and we'll just eat ice cream, and that'll be it.
Shoot the shit?
Probably. I mean, I'm a pretty good talker, so if you've got cool shit you want to show me, I like to look at stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty distracted guy, so you guys could probably distract me into not doing a toolbox talk and just show me shit.
But if you do a toolbox talk, as we said earlier, you try to open with a bang or a personal story.
The bang is going to be me showing up with ice cream.
That is huge. So the ice cream is going to be the bang. You try to use the rule of 1 while you're out there. 1 thought, 1 piece, 1 issue that we're going to deal with. If they remember just 1 thing from you stopping other than he gave me ice cream, that would be important.
No, they won't.
And then use that positive pause, where you pause for a moment and let them think about something as they're eating their ice cream.
We are limiting it to 1 half pint a person.
Okay. Speak to the heart, your heart. Bring your heart into this.
Yeah.
Then to the head, and you want to get them involved, because facts don't stick, emotions do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let your hands.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
Mine will be going like this.
Okay. Your body speaks more than your mouth does, because it's full of ice cream.
Yeah. I would say my body's gonna start speaking.
And kill the filler. No need for filler. Get rid of those ums and likes and right. And that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then you guys doing them for the first time, second time, whatever it is, don't be afraid of recording what you're doing and going from there. So we've got Turbo, who just came out for the big Toolbox Talk seminar, and he's waiting because Ben keeps feeding him ice cream and blaming it on
No,
Turbo
I do not.
eating all the ice cream. But we do have 300 half pints. We're getting ready to rock and roll out of here the first of the week, and we look forward to seeing all of you.
I would say we do. I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and like I said, we've tried the flavors, and they are good.
So you just said we only had 3. Now you're saying we tried the flavors.
And
I told you, he's freaking eating
And I will say, for a special little thing, not too many times, but we did just release the secret that there's ice cream held here at AGC.
Yeah.
So if someone is a viewer of the channel and maybe wants to stop by and say hi, I mean, no promises, but...
You think Peter from California would come by?
I mean, if he wants by, I'd love to share a pint with him.
Pint?
A half pint, sorry.
It's kind of funny, when I was growing up and you said you were going to share a pint with somebody, or a half pint,
it
meant you were sitting at the local pub and waiting to drink.
You
have a whole different concept of sharing a pint here.
Yep. And it's probably better than the other one. Actually, you could mix them.
The other piece I would remind you is they should be prepared, right, for us.
That's the whole point of me emailing on Monday. So you can say, this is where we're going to be, and then we're going to let our team know that you're coming.
And they can all bring their own spoons?
Yeah.
Are you bringing spoons?
I'll bring spoons.
Okay.
Unless you want to eat with our hands.
Hey guys, great seeing you. Remember, we are here for you. If there's anything you need or want, please feel free to give us a call at 802-223-2374, or you can
just email me.
Email Ben.
Yeah.
Ben at agcbt.org. And I'm Richard.
Ben.
Great being here. And Ben, do you still have Turbo on your lap? Because he's probably going to come up missing soon.
He's right here.
He's right here?
Yeah.
We got Turbo with us this week. You all have a good week. Give us a call if you want us to stop by with some ice cream. Scoop for Safety is going to be the hottest thing going.
I think it already is.
I was down in Amherst, Mass. the other day.
Really?
Talking with the big Summer Summit OSHA thing.
Yeah.
They can't believe somebody like us came up with Scoops for Safety.
What do you mean like us? Because we're from Vermont?
Yeah.
That's
and you're
an
sitting
insult.
there with a Casella hard hat and a V-Trans work shirt that's 3 sizes too big. They're going, what the hell are you guys all about?
I'm pre-expecting, so I've just been starting to pre-expecting my weight change due to the ice cream being here.
Yeah.
So I'm buying
Working into it?
I'm buying 2XLs now.
Okay.
So if you're gonna give me some company clothing, it better be 2XL.
Okay. Hey guys, have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?